An ancient galactic empire made one fatal mistake, challenging Earth, HFY. For over 10 millennia, the Stellar Covenant had ruled the galaxy without challenge. 11 ancient species had forged the alliance in an age so distant that most records had turned to myth. Together, they governed nearly 1 million inhabited worlds and watched over hundreds of billions of citizens. They had faced horrors before. Runaway machine, intellects that tried to sterilize entire star systems. Rifts in space that bled nightmares into real space. Plagues that could erase a species in a generation. Each time the Covenant endured, each time it prevailed. So when a young, loud species from a backwater world called Earth refused to comply with Covenant law, no one was concerned. They were amused. Arrogance of the ancient. High Chancellor Zarian Vale reclined upon the crystalline dais of the Covenant throne. He was Illithari, his translucent skin shimmering with emotional color. At the moment, it glowed golden amber, the hue of absolute certainty. The Illithari had led the Covenant for over 3,000 years. They had never lost a war. The reports before him were laughable. Humans had discovered faster than light travel only 80 years earlier. Their fleet numbered in the hundreds. Their colonies barely crossed 50 systems. The Covenant possessed millions of warships. The issue was trivial. A human settlement on Kepler 442b, a resource-rich world rich in quantum lattice crystals, essential to Covenant technology. The humans had been ordered to leave. They refused. Zarian activated the Galactic broadcast. I am High Chancellor Zarian Vale, voice of the Stellar Covenant. You occupy territory not yours. You have 30 Earth days to evacuate Kepler 442b. Refuse, and total war will follow. He smiled. No species had ever survived, defying the Covenant. The human answer. Beneath the Alps, far below Swiss bedrock, Earth's Unified Space Command watched the transmission in silence. At the center stood Admiral Hanasato. She was 64. She had buried her family in uniform. She had learned long ago that fear was useless. She replayed Zarian's message once. That was enough. Moments later, her reply echoed across the galaxy. This is Admiral Hanasato of Earth. Your ultimatum has been reviewed. She paused. No. The word carried more weight than 1,000 weapons. Kepler 442b is our home. If you want it, come and take it. Her eyes hardened. But understand something first. You have measured our ships. You have counted our weapons. You have not measured us. Children of a death world. She spoke of Earth. A planet of crushing gravity and violent weather. A world of predators, plagues, earthquakes, and fire. We had no claws. No armor. No mercy from our world. The screens behind her showed human history, wars, ruins, rebuilding. So we adapted. We endured. We learned to kill efficiently. Her voice dropped. You fight wars with rules. We fight wars to survive. She leaned toward the camera. If you attack us, we will not stop. We will not surrender. We will not care what it costs. Then quietly, you have declared war on a species that learned long ago that existence is earned. Kepler 442b burns. 3 weeks later, the 9th Covenant punitive armada arrived. No human fleet waited. Instead, space detonated. Invisible mines. Layered ambushes. Autonomous kill fields, seeded years earlier. Before the Covenant fired a single shot, a quarter of its ships were gone. On the surface, Covenant troops descended into empty cities, then into tunnels. Human bullets ignored energy shields. Traps turned corridors into graves. Strikes came from darkness and vanished. The Covenant fought with discipline. Humans fought with intent. For every human lost, 10 Covenant soldiers died. And the message spread. The scholar's warning. Before the Covenant Council, archivist Mind Lyra 9, an ancient synthetic intelligence, delivered her findings. Earth is not a garden world. It is a crucible. She displayed Earth storms, predators, and wars. Humans evolved under constant threat. They did not merely survive. They dominated. She showed charts of human innovation, driven by conflict. War is not an exception to them. It is a teacher. Then came the final word. Humans possess a trait rare among intelligent life. They call it spite. The willingness to lose, if it means the enemy loses more. Her recommendation was simple. Do not corner them. The ultimate deterrent. When the Covenant's Grand Armada, 12,000 ships, jumped into the Sol system, they expected resistance. They did not expect Admiral Sato to smile. You brought everything, she said calmly. Good. Behind her stood Commander Lin Zhao, director of Project Helios. 300,000 nuclear payloads, Zhao explained. Already launched. Already hidden. Already inbound to every Covenant core world. If Earth fell, so would the Covenant. Mutual annihilation. Silence followed. For the first time in 11,000 years, the Covenant hesitated. Peace at last. The vote was narrow. The fleet withdrew. The Treaty of Sol was signed. Human space was recognized. The missiles were deactivated. The war ended, not with victory but with survival. What the galaxy learned. Humanity did not conquer the stars. They frightened them. Not with numbers. Not with technology. But with resolve. They taught the galaxy a lesson it would never forget. Never threaten a species that grew up fighting its own extinction. And among the stars, long after empires faded, the story endured. The day the Covenant learned fear.